Welcome to Creepy, the best horror storyteller on YouTube.
Part 1.
It was a dark and stormy night. I know, it sounds cliché, but it really was. The rain was pouring down like a waterfall, and the thunder was so loud that it made me jump every time. I was walking home from a friend's birthday party, feeling a bit tipsy and tired. I had stayed longer than I planned, and now I regretted it. The streets were deserted, and the only light came from the occasional flash of lightning. I was about halfway home when I saw him. He was standing on the corner of a street, under a flickering street lamp. He was wearing a bright red and yellow clown suit, with a matching hat and shoes. His face was painted white, with exaggerated red lips and a red nose. He had a big smile on his face, but it didn't look friendly. It looked sinister. He was holding a bunch of balloons in one hand and a large knife in the other. He was staring right at me, as if he knew me. As if he was waiting for me. I felt a surge of fear and panic. What was he doing there? Why was he looking at me like that? Was he going to attack me? I tried to ignore him and walk faster, hoping he would leave me alone. But he didn't. He started to follow me. He walked with a slow and deliberate pace, dragging his feet and making a squeaky sound with his shoes. He kept his eyes fixed on me, never blinking. He didn't say anything, but he made a low humming noise, like he was singing a tune. He swung his knife and his balloons in the air, as if he was having fun. I was terrified. I wanted to run, but I was afraid he would catch me. I wanted to scream, but I was afraid no one would hear me. I wanted to call for help, but I had left my phone at the party. I felt trapped and helpless. I kept walking, hoping to find someone, anyone, who could help me. But the streets were empty. The rain was getting heavier, and the thunder was getting louder. I felt like I was in a nightmare. I turned a corner, hoping to lose him. But he was still there, behind me. He was getting closer. I could hear his breathing, his humming, his squeaking. I could feel his presence, his malice, his madness. I reached the end of the street and saw a small park. There was a playground, a fountain, and a few benches. There was also a gate, leading to a back alley. Maybe I could escape through there, I thought. Maybe I could find a way out. I ran towards the gate, hoping it was unlocked. It was. I pushed it open and entered the alley. It was dark and narrow, with trash cans and dumpsters lining the walls. It smelled like garbage and rot. It was not a pleasant place, but it was better than facing the clown. I ran through the alley, looking for an exit. But there was none. The alley was a dead end. I had made a terrible mistake. I turned around and saw the clown. He had followed me into the alley. He had blocked the gate with his body. He had trapped me. He smiled wider, showing his yellow teeth. He laughed, a high-pitched and maniacal laugh. He raised his knife, ready to strike. He said, "Hello, my dear. I've been looking for you. You're the one I want. You're the one I need. You're the one I'll have." He took a step towards me, and I took a step back. I hit the wall, and realized I had nowhere to go. I was cornered. I was doomed. I screamed, as loud as I could. I hoped someone would hear me. I hoped someone would save me. But no one did. The clown lunged at me, and stabbed me in the chest. I felt a sharp pain, and then nothing. I was dead.
Part 2.
I woke up with a start. I was lying on a cold and hard floor, surrounded by darkness. I felt a sharp pain in my chest, and saw blood on my clothes. I remembered what had happened. The clown. The knife. The alley. The death. I was dead. But I was alive. How was that possible? I tried to get up, but I couldn't. I was tied to a metal table, with wires and electrodes attached to my body. I looked around and saw a bunch of machines and monitors, beeping and flashing. I realized I was in some kind of laboratory. I heard a door open and saw a figure enter the room. It was the clown. He was still wearing his clown suit, but he had taken off his hat and shoes. He had a white coat over his shoulders and a pair of glasses on his nose. He looked like a mad scientist. He smiled and said, "Ah, you're awake. Good. I was worried you wouldn't make it. You lost a lot of blood, you know. But don't worry, I fixed you up. You're alive and well." Well, sort of. He walked towards me and picked up a clipboard. He checked some notes and nodded. He said, "You're probably wondering what's going on. Let me explain. You see, I'm not just a clown. I'm also a genius. A genius with a vision. A vision of a better world. A world where everyone is happy. A world where everyone is a clown." He laughed and continued, "But to achieve that vision, I need some help. I need some subjects. Some guinea pigs. Some volunteers. That's where you come in. You're my latest experiment. My latest masterpiece. My latest creation." He pointed at a screen and said, "Look. This is what I did to you. I implanted a chip in your brain. A chip that controls your emotions. A chip that makes you happy. A chip that makes you a clown." He pressed a button and the screen changed. It showed a picture of me, before and after. Before, I looked normal. After, I looked like a clown. My face was painted white, with red lips and a red nose. My hair was dyed green and styled in 2 puffs. My eyes were wide and bright, and my smile was huge and fake. He said, "Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it hilarious? You're a clown now. You're one of us. You're one of me." He clapped his hands and said, "But that's not all. There's more. There's always more. You see, I didn't just make you a clown. I also made you a weapon. A weapon of mass happiness. A weapon of mass clowning." He pressed another button and the screen changed again. It showed a map of the city with a red dot on it. The dot was moving and leaving a trail behind it. He said, "This is what you did. This is what I made you do. After I stabbed you, I activated the chip. I made you get up and walk. I made you walk around the city and spread the joy. I made you infect everyone you met. I made you turn them into clowns." He zoomed in on the map and showed me some images. They were images of people I had seen on the streets. People I had passed by, or bumped into, or touched. They were all clowns now. They all had white faces, red lips, red noses, and green hair. They all had big smiles and big eyes. They all looked like me. They all looked like him. He said, "You see? You see what you did? You see what I did? You see what we did? We made the world a better place. We made the world a happier place. We made the world a clownier place." He laughed and said, "But we're not done yet. We're just getting started. There's still more to do. There's still more people to infect. There's still more clowns to create. There's still more fun to have. He looked at me and said, "And you're going to help me. You're going to be my partner. You're going to be my friend. You're going to be my clown." He reached for his knife and said, "But first, we need to make some adjustments. We need to make you more perfect. We need to make you more like me." He smiled and said, "Don't worry, it won't hurt much. You'll love it. Trust me. You'll love being a clown. You'll love being my clown." He raised his knife and brought it down on my face. I screamed as loud as I could. I hoped someone would hear me. I hoped someone would save me. But no one did. The clown cut me, and I felt a sharp pain, and then nothing. I was dead. Again.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more similar horror stories.